Hey guys, welcome back. So here we go, it is Amiibo time. Yep, Amiibo just launched from Nintendo. For anyone that doesn't know, Amiibo is their answer to Skylanders. They're basically characters from famous Nintendo franchises made into little figures, and they look absolutely awesome. Now the purpose of Amiibo is to basically interact with your game. So at the moment, as far as I'm aware, the only games they interact with are Mario Kart 8 and also Smash Brothers. What you need to do, when you've got a Wii U gamepad, in the bottom left hand corner is a little square, which is your NFC reader, which means near field communication. And all you need to do, take the figure out of the packaging. There's a little sticker on the bottom of the figure which you peel away, and you can scan the figure on the gamepad on the NFC reader, and it will allow you to put the character in the game, level up, also give you extra items, and I'm sure they'll probably come up with some more features in the future. Now for me personally, when the Amiibo was first announced, I thought, yeah, I really like the look of those. They look really nice designed figures, you know, well made, the usual Nintendo quality you're going to expect to get. But I wasn't convinced by the actual functionality. I couldn't personally see for me as a gamer what it was going to offer me in terms of gameplay. So I was on the fence about buying them, and I have to say, up until launch, I was still contemplating whether I was going to actually commit to buying these figures, because the way I looked at it, I've never been someone who just buys something and keeps it sealed. I always buy it to use it because I don't see the point in sealed items. And as I couldn't actually see a purpose in using Amiibo myself, and for anyone that wants to use them for their intended purpose, that's great if they add something to your game. To me personally, they just don't add anything that really interests me enough to want to own them for that purpose. But I have to say, like people who collect action figures such as Star Wars and keep them in the blister packs and hang them on the wall to display, I kind of had the same vibe with Amiibo because they look so nice, the figures, and the packaging is exceptionally well done, and it kind of adds to the actual desirability to me as well. Not something that I ever thought I'd ever do. I never thought I'd keep packaged items because it's not something I like to do, as I say, but I'm actually going to make an exception for Amiibo, and I actually committed to buying them after seeing a couple of pick-up videos. One in particular was Crash Test Gaming, which I saw his Amiibo figures and I was like, you know what, they look really good in pictures, but in reality they look even better. They look so nice. I mean, I know it's on a video obviously, but so I went and had a look, and of course some of them are already sold out. Certain figures are already on eBay and also being sold third party through Amazon for double the price. Now these are only £10 a time and not expensive figures. Of course they have released I think 11 so far for Wave 1, so obviously it's not cheap if you're going to buy all of them. And that was the other dilemma I had. I was looking at them thinking they're highly collectible items to that kind of design, and the packaging and everything's perfect. So the problem I had was automatically, and I think a few other people as well from listening to what they've said felt the same way, I was going to dive in and just buy as many as I could, if not buy all of them. But that's a lot of money, and I also figured, well, do I really want to own the figures that I'm not that interested in? Not because I don't, maybe I don't like the character, just because I don't like the design of it, or it could just be I don't like the character, like the Wii Fit Trainer. I don't really see the point in owning that one. That is just literally for collectible status. And maybe in the future I will, you know, bite the bullet and have to pay the extra money, and I will go back to filling the gaps. Who knows, we'll wait and see what happens. But at the moment I only want to collect the figures that I actually like the look of. And as I say, it doesn't necessarily have to be a character or from a franchise that I actually play a lot, because there are characters coming out in Wave 2 and 3. Wave 3 in particular, and there's one that I really like the look of from a franchise that I've only dabbled with and I'm not a fan of. It wasn't my type of game. Well, it's not that it wasn't my type of game, I just couldn't really get into it, I would rather say. So anyway, I have picked up my selection for Wave 1. So I thought I'll put this video together and show you what they look like, because they're absolutely fantastic. As I say, I do intend to keep them sealed. I know that's heresy, but I'm going to do that. I'm not going to open these. I'm just going to basically, on that wall over there, I've now decided what I'm going to do with that wall. It's going to be my Amiibo wall. So I'm just going to basically set them all out and display them nicely on the wall. And I think they'll look absolutely fantastic that way. So the first one that I got, and this will be no surprise to anyone who knows what Amiibo are and they know me, I had to pick this one up. There is obviously something to be said about this, but the first one is Fox McCloud from Star Fox, which looks absolutely stunning. The level of detail, the articulation and everything in his character is absolutely superb. As you can see from the box, I love the fact that they put the character on the cardboard. It really does add that extra collectability to these figures. The real pain is that each figure is numbered there in order. So this one is number 6, which is Fox. And that really bugs me because that makes me want to fill in the gaps, even though there are characters I don't want to own. So yeah, maybe in the future I will have to do that. And then there's the issue as well, when I display them on the wall, do I put them in numerical order or do I just put them in the order that I actually like them? Just because I might think that Fox looks better next to this character instead of actually being in numerical order. I don't think I will because that's just a bit too OCD. I am quite OCD. So anyway, the first one was Fox McCloud. I had to get that, obviously. The only issue I had, and I was talking to Cybersnake about this, me and Jay were having a chat about Amiibos a couple of weeks ago on text, because he was looking to buy them. And, you know, I was saying that my issue with Fox was just that they use the GameCube Fox, and I don't like that design personally. I prefer the Super Nintendo and N64 version of Fox McCloud. He looks a lot cooler. But having said that, now I've seen the figure up close, and I've seen him on video previous to buying this, he really does look good. I mean, the little gun holster, the little symbols on his body, his little, I don't even know what you call that, not a visor, but his eye thing. I don't even know what you call that. Yeah, you know, it's like you've got computer stuff in your eyes, like a Google Glass for one eye, I suppose. It just looks fantastic. There's so much detail, and I'm really glad I picked it up, and I had to get it. I'm a massive Star Fox fan, so it had to be done. So the second one I picked up, this one was one that I saw Rich Crash Test pick up, and it is fantastic. It is Donkey Kong. I was a little bit on the fence, I'll be honest with you. I had to watch Rich's video a couple of times to decide if I was going to actually pick up Donkey Kong. And I'm glad I did, because looking at him, he's extremely well detailed. The fur looks fantastic on this character. And the issue I had there, again, was that Wave 2 has Diddy Kong coming out, and he was one of my favourite Amiibos from the ones I've seen so far. I thought he looked fantastic, and I thought, the problem I've got now is, can I really just buy Diddy Kong and not have Donkey Kong? Not really. You have to have the two together, which, you know, I think Nintendo are pretty shrewd in that. They know that we're going to be a bit anal about this. So the next one I got was a must. I thought this looked fantastic when I saw it, and it is Princess Peach, who is absolutely beautiful, really nicely detailed. The dress looks fantastic. I saw one video where a guy in America had got all 11 of them, and if you can see her face there, he was saying that as much as you like the detail on the figure and it was really nice, her face looked a bit off. And I gotta be honest, it doesn't look the best. It looks good, it looks like Peach, and that's fine, but it also looks a bit like a blow-up doll. So it's not the best, but nonetheless, I really like the figure, and I love, as I say, the cardboard as well. I mean, just the fact that they put the design on the back of the cardboard, so well done. Fantastic. So I only got 2 more. Now, these 2, I had trouble getting hold of. It seemed that all of the major online stores, Amazon, Zavvi, etc., didn't have it in stock. And I was like, oh God. So I went on eBay, and of course, people were asking double the price. They were like £22. And I was like, which is not a lot of money, but it's still double the price of what you're paying for it when it's only literally just come out into stores. So I did a bit of searching around, and luckily Argos had them in stock. Unfortunately, when they arrived, Argos, for some reason, decided to put stickers all over them, which for a collector is not a good thing, especially a collector with OCD. So what they did, I'll show you the figures in a moment, but they put stickers on the top, on the side, and they put a massive one there, and I was freaking. I was like, oh God, I'm never going to get them off. They're going to be a pain in the arse. The back ones, they came off no problem. They just peeled off nice and smooth. I was really happy with those. The top and the side of the plastic, however, are really tough stickers. I managed to get the majority of the stick off, but there's loads of gum residue still there, so I'm going to have to buy some Goo Gone to get rid of it, because it is really irritating me. And if I'm going to put my display over there, they need to look clean. Anyway, so first one I got, this was, when I saw the Wave 1 figures, this was one that I just loved the look of, and I've seen it on video, and I had to get this one. It is Kirby. He looks so, is it a heel with shoe? I'm never too sure with Kirby. I'll just say Kirby looks fantastic. Even though it's a very simple design, honestly, when you see it in person, it just looks so good. The texture of the character is just spot on. Really, really nice. Really glad I picked this one up. And of course, the other one I got, Kirby and this one are the ones that Crash Test was trying to get hold of. So go and get them, bitch, because they're fantastic. And it is Yoshi, who is in a fantastic pose. Just looks absolutely amazing. Really well detailed. You know, the green cardboard with Yoshi's face as well. You can't fault it at all. So I'm really happy with that. That's 5 to start off, which is, you know, probably a fair few, and I probably shouldn't have bought that many. The only other 2 I really wanted from Wave 1 were Pikachu and a Pikachu. and Samus, because they look absolutely superb. But I'm laying off those because I can't really justify paying the money out for those as well. While it's only 20 quid to buy the 2, I have bought these 5, so I have to be a bit more sensible. And Wave 2 is around the corner in a couple of weeks, and of course Wave 3, January, February as well. So I need to hold back a little bit, and then maybe in the future when Amiibo's are all done and all of the waves have been deployed, I can then cherry pick the ones I want to add to the collection if I want to. But so far so good. Really like the Amiibo figures. I think they look fantastic. And whether you're going to use them in your games as they're intended to be, or you're just going to be like me, using them for display, whether you keep them in the packaging or you don't and you have them displayed out of the packaging, I think they really do cover all bases for everybody, and they're absolutely fantastic. And Nintendo did a really nice design on all of the characters. Yeah, the attention to detail is what I love about Nintendo. They don't just put them out there. They've created this fantastic line of characters, and then they've also made an effort with the packaging and made the packaging absolutely beautiful. So it's not just something you're going to rip off and throw in the bin. It looks great. I'm really impressed. But I'd really like to hear from you guys. What are your opinions on Amiibo? Are you, if you are going to buy Amiibo, are you buying them to play with them and use them correctly? I suppose is the right, maybe that's not the right word, but you know what I mean. Or is your intention to use them as a collectible and a display piece? Because that's the other thing as well. As a collectible, if you keep them in the packaging like most of these kind of figures, like Star Wars for example, they only rise in value. And as I say, already people are doubling the price on eBay and Amazon, and they've literally only been out just over a week and a bit. So yeah, it's crazy. I mean, I won't lie, I'm not going to say that it's not an investment, because of course it is. If I'm keeping them sealed, it's obviously an investment. If I ever got to, if I fall on hard times and I need some extra cash in a few years' time, they're going to be there, and it'd be a shame to do that, obviously, but you always have that option. It's always something in your mind. But fundamentally, I just want them because they look so bloody nice, and they're cheap. They're not. It's not like you're laying out a lot of money every time, which is really good. And it's good they stagger the waves as well, so you got a chance to get the money together to buy them. So I'm really happy with the figures. But let me know what you think of Amiibos down below. And if anyone would like to make a response video, because I don't ever really get video responses, but I would love that. I'd really like to hear people's thoughts on Amiibo. Thank you very much for watching, guys. Hope you enjoyed this video, and if you did, please give it a thumbs up. Really helps to share the video around. And I will see you all again in the next video.